Finally, one more thought. When no's the answer, one reason is really as good as another. An awful lot of employees seem to be getting a no when it comes to their jobs these days. Whatever the reasons, it certainly is hitting Goldman.
For Goldman to make cuts this steep is very concerning, because the question is, when do deals come back in a way to justify these swollen workforces all across Wall Street?
And big tech heavyweights.
Most of these layoffs at scale are happening in the supers, right? They're happening in the Metas, they're happening in the Facebooks, they're happening in Twitter. And to a degree, it's just kind of right-sizing.
A fair number of people are being shown the proverbial door without a key to get back in.
Who are you, man?
I'm gonna need your key card.
And it's not just the rank and file who are feeling a bit less secure in their jobs. Think about Bob Chapek, out as CEO of Disney after only 21 months.
We think Chapek failed to win the hearts and minds of the troops in the creative businesses at Disney, and we think there is quite literally nobody on earth as well qualified to do that as Bob Iger.
Or Chris Licht being shown the door at CNN after 13 months.
CNN's CEO, Chris Licht, has stepped down from the cable news channel. Parent company Warner Brothers Discovery says his departure is immediate and that they're scouting for a new leader. This comes after the backlash over a Trump town hall in May and an unflattering profile of him by The Atlantic.
So with all the turnover out there, it's good to know that there's still one place where you can keep your job pretty much no matter what. One place that just doesn't know what a pink slip looks like. Those in higher education have long enjoyed tenure. Going back as far as the 1600s, the idea originally served to protect academics from religious prejudice, making sure they could not be removed no matter how the times changed. But this summer, all that is coming into a bit of question, as a professor at Harvard's Business School was put on administrative leave after challenges to some data she used in several published papers. Next came the president of Stanford, who abruptly announced he'd be stepping down at the end of the summer after questions were raised by the Stanford student newspaper about data he'd relied on for some seminal work on Alzheimer's.
The president said yesterday he would resign. Okay. So there is an interim. He'll be leaving at the end of August, an interim coming in September. But the reason is kind of shocking, that over the last 20 years, there were issues in research that he did not correct.
And last week came word that the president of Texas A&M stepped down after furor over mishandling of the hiring of a prominent black professor from UT Austin to head Texas A&M's journalism program. Apparently because of the politics over diversity hiring. All this couldn't come at a worse time for students who've run up debt to pay those schools for their sky-high tuition.
They'll steal your wallet, they'll pawn your baby shoes, they will shrink themselves down to 2 inches high, hide in your pocket and take that money back one dime at a time.
But if your student debt won't be forgiven, maybe you should consider simply asking for your money back.